morning. We are here with two phenomenal Howard University alumni, Dr. Calhoun and Dr. Rogers. So you guys, this novel, how does this feel? The Girl with the Pen has made the bestseller list. I know this has to be mind-blowing for you two.
Feels amazing, wonderful experience, and very proud that our knowledge as a freshman way back then can guide young girls today.
Yes, so tell us about the novel.
Well, the novel is written in two different point of views. One of the point of views is centered around a freshman English major named Kyla Porter, who is on the verge of failing her English class, which will make it impossible for her to graduate with honors. Through the novel, we illustrate the struggle of adapting to English as a college freshman and identifying yourself as a writer.
While the other point of view is about an English professor named Professor Lacey, who is trying to help the student pass the course, all the while trying to push her to improve as an English student.
In what ways do you identify with the student in the novel?
Well, when I was a freshman in English, I came into my class not as confident as a writer. I felt that my writing was weak and my grammar in my writing was nowhere near up to par. I felt that my writing was very opinion-based and it rarely held facts to back up my argument, which held me back as a writer. Just like Kyla, writing was only done when it was for a grade because I was scared of what people would think when I produced such things as poetry, articles, and short stories.
Well, in my case, I'll have to say coming in as a freshman in English 102, I always had this sense of confidence, but it came from my passion of writing and not particularly my advanced skill. I was not that well with grammar or expressing my thoughts fluently, just as Kyla in our novel. I was not open to change, but throughout the course and the guidance of my professor, I realized there were areas of improvement.
What made you guys choose the pieces that were assigned for Kyla to read?
Well, I would have to say from our readings we came across as students. In particular, in the novel 2020 Hindsight, the author Jay Ford illustrated his transformation from having this certain mindset of his life and goals to realizing he did not necessarily identify with his true self. This helped me realize that I was also not truly developed and had to be open to change as Ford because I concluded that I was a certain type of writer and not open to growth. We wanted to show these lessons through Kyla's experience that other students could relate to.
Well, I picked to include Venus Hip Hop in the Pink Ghetto by Imani Perry because this piece helped me to develop as a writer. The way Perry alludes to different black women in the hip hop industry shows that she did research, but she did not necessarily use data points to back up her argument. Yet the evidence she used was still able to back up her argument appropriately. This shows me that statistics and things are not needed to prove a point, and that the events and people's behavior can be evidence for arguments also.
Based on how you guys ended it, it seems like it's leading up to a sequel. Why did you guys choose to end it this way?
Well, even though the course is over for Kyla, her journey with writing never ends. Again, this takes me back to how I felt when I left my freshman English class. At the end of my freshman English course, I felt that I developed as a writer greatly because of the grammar lesson we took, which helped me a lot, and the readings that we were introduced to in the course, which helped me to look at different methods and modes as a person can use to get their point across. It broadened my view of what good writing was, and even though I grew within the course, I still had some growing to do to perfect my writing.
Well, from my perspective, the sequel is to symbolize how as a writer we truly never stop growing. Through my moderate grammar skills and very small ability to explain my ideas, to the end of my freshman year where I could actually learn the grammar skills that I needed to perfect my writing. Explaining my thoughts fluently and being open to improvement was a small step. You tackle only 1 year of English your freshman year, but you will have many more encounters with writing, whether it is within school or your career. Me personally, as a writer, and current college students today will only continue to improve and grow. The continuous of growth will be shown through the sequel of The Girl with the Pen.
Also, I want to say thank you to Professor Latchman for inspiring us to write this novel and showing us the path to discovering ourselves as writers.
Yes, thank you so much, Professor Latchman. If you're listening out there, I don't know where I would be without your guidance.
Thank you ladies so much for coming in today. That's all for today in the DMV area. See you next time.